Chris, when is an album done? And by that I mean this is like your sixth album or so, and some have 12. Fifth album. Some have 12 songs, some have 15, some have 16. Is there a magic number in your head, or does it get to a point where you say, okay, I think I've said all that I want to say right now?
Honest to God, I just get bored quick. So whenever I'm bored, then I quit and I say it's done. And I wrote probably close to 30 songs for the new album Wild Horses, and we just picked 15 after we had a whole barrel full of them, and just picked the best ones, honestly. But I just write until I'm bored.
Now, what's the process of picking those ones? I mean, I almost feel sorry for the songs that don't make it.
Thank you. Just pick the ones that I like the best. I mean, it's just that simple. I just go through them and go, can I live without this one? Or I mean, I can live without them all, truthfully, but you pick the best ones out of the batch that you have, and then that's kind of a really good judgment meter on what to choose when you're moving forward. Like, for instance, if I had a 15 song goal, let's say, but I only had 12 that I really liked, then I go back to the drawing board and write some more. But I stack the songs up against themselves and see what I like singing the best.
Now, are you a writer that has to make appointments with himself to write, or are you a writer where it's always in your head, always flowing, and you just go when it hits you?
Both. Yeah, both. I like to do it both ways. I mean, if you get so lucky to have a song that just comes and just flows right out of you, that's cool. But I like to. I'm not a scheduled person by nature, but I like to have a schedule when I'm working. If that makes sense. So, like when I'm on stage, I like to know ahead of time how long the set is contracted for, and when I'm writing songs, I like to have it set. So if I can put in my brain 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then at 1 o'clock again I check out. I'm mentally I check out.
I get it.
I get it. Yeah. Well, and you have written songs that other people have recorded. Is there one anywhere that you're like, oh, I kind of wish I'd kept that for myself?
No. I was totally happy with every cut, if you will, or recording outside of my own career. I was very happy with it. I have no regrets. I don't really have any regrets in life except tattoos. And I wish I had never gotten tattooed. But other than that, with songs, no big deal. It's funny. I see a picture of Tim in the back of the room there. And I have had a lot of songs recorded by Tim and had a couple really big hits with him. Truck Yeah and How I'll Always Be, which were good songs. But as far as that's concerned, not really. There's a great sense of pride you can take in someone else recording your song and becoming a hit. So I like that.
I was moved several times listening to the album coming in today.
Yes, very kind. Thank you.
Specifically by 2 or 3 different songs. The first of which that really got me was Father Figure. One of my best friends is a man who has a child with his wife, but he also raised her 3 other boys from the time they were very little. And I respect so much someone who selflessly helps to raise another man's child. I just have always respected him for that, and I think that's amazing. The song that you wrote, do you run that by the children before you put it out there?
No. I wrote it, and now before we released it, yes.
Yes.
But when I wrote it, no. I just wrote it, just a story from my perspective of being a father figure, and then, but one of my bonus kids already called me a father figure. She wrote it in a note to me. So I had the permission.
In the song, you reference a conversation that took place in late December.
Yes.
Yeah, December 19th.
Okay, what was that conversation?
We were at dinner. We were at a pre-Christmas dinner, and we were all just kind of just shooting the bull, talking and just jab, back and forth, and something. I don't remember exactly the what we were talking about subject matter wise. I just remember my bonus kid, my daughter, going, well, I mean, you're the dad in my life, and so I just, oh my God, so it just hit me really hard.
Speaking of fathers, my dad is in his 80s, mid 80s now, and he's the one who introduced me to golf. And when we are able to play, which is very rarely, I still love it. But Dad, he may not finish 18 holes, but it's still so great to have him out there.
Sure.
And when I was hearing the song about hardest hunting season, I was able to equate it to that, because I don't know what it's going to be like that first time that I go out to play golf and I know that my father is no longer able to be with me.
Yeah, awful.
Physically. I wanted to ask you who that song was about, and what was it like that first hunting season? How did you get past it?
Thank you very much. So I'm fine moving on with the hunting season personally. Right. I'm okay. But I wrote that as a tribute to a friend of mine. I'm really close with his family, two boys and a father, and we're all hunting buddies. And he passed away last September, and so I wrote the song and I gave it to his brother and his dad, and I'd played the funeral is what had happened, and when I went graveside to hug his father, he said, "This is going to be my hardest hunting season," and it really just hit me right in the heart,
Yeah.
So, that was it. It was, I just went back and wrote the song, and as a tribute. I mean, I removed myself from the situation and put it in their perspective, and it turned out it worked pretty good.
So heartfelt, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
The other one that really got me, I think that Drunk Girl is one of the most important message songs of the last 10 years. I really do. I think it's such a positive thing for men to hear, young men to hear, especially coming up.
Thank you.
And I think it's very important.
Thank you very much.
Likewise, I'm really touched by The Broken. We have told our son many times that when it comes to other people, you may think you know, but you don't know.
Right.
And as I was listening to the song, you were describing the waitress, you were describing the street musician. Did you have an incident or a meeting that sent you down the path writing that song?
Yeah, my wife sitting behind me here. It was her idea. We wrote it together, and I can't take credit for this one. I'm just the messenger who happened to just be a co-writer and be the vessel that got it to the ears of the people. But it was her story. She had these ideas all noted down and journaled out, and we built the song off of those ideas, off of real people. I mean, a real waitress at the Waffle House with a black eye who'd been dealing with domestic abuse and all those things. And the biggest thing is that, like you tell your son, I mean, most people, the happiest appearance-wise, are usually the ones that are masking the most.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we wrote "Give a Break to the Broken" for that very reason. Like, people are so quick to judge and be hateful, and it'd be nice if there was a little bit more compassion out there. And so that's what the song's really about.
Yeah, sometimes social media can be a scary place too for all
totally.
of that.
It's
awful. It's a
awful.
terrible land.
Yeah, it is. It's really it's judgmental and that kind of stuff. So it's what you don't wish upon people.
Now, the title track, "Wild Horses," that has an interesting story about how that came to be written. Share that with us.
We wrote that together too. Kelly and I. We wrote it with our friend Pat Bunch, who was 83 when she passed away last year. What an awesome lady. And she called us and she said, "Hey, I read this article that said," and in so many words, I can't quote it exactly, but Chris, somebody wrote about you that you're like a wild horse on stage, not meant to be tamed, unbridled and unfiltered and all those things. And she said, "So I wrote down this chorus and I'm going to sing it to you." So she starts singing me this chorus, and she sang what you hear on the record is the whole chorus of what she said. And then as we were driving along, I wrote that song over the phone with her. We did. And as soon as I got home, I ran down to the man room where I do a lot of stuff writing wise. Got all my deer heads in it and stuff, and I put a guitar melody to it, made a work tape, sent it out, and then we sat on the song for like 2 years, and then I finally had the opportunity to cut on this new album, this new deal, which is nice, and it just epitomizes exactly how I am and who I am and how we roll, and we're very unscripted people, and we don't follow agenda very well. We just cut our own path, and we've always done it that way, and it's worked out really well.
This album, as well as others that you've done, vacillates from a song like "Wild Horses" and a really fun song, "Me and a Beer," which is the current single, to the more serious issues. It's almost it's sort of an emotional up and down ride.
Yes.
When you're writing, do you find yourself writing a certain type of song? Like, okay, I'm writing "Broken," I'm writing "Hardest Hunting Season," I'm writing, "Drunk Girl," whatever. Do you write all of those at the same time, or do you find yourself writing something fun and then writing something more serious, or how does it work with you?
That's a good question. It really just depends on the vibe of the day, really. Is the sun shining? Is the sun not shining? That kind of thing. So sun shining, feels good outside. Early fall, which is when we started a lot of this album last year. This came together really quick, by the way. We started, if I look back at the chronological order, we really started writing this album towards the end of last August, right before I went elk hunting in September. So right about this time last year.
So you started writing a year ago, and within that year, we've written, recorded, and you're out on the road with it, and it's out.
Oh yeah, totally. That was really fast. And
that is fast.
And restructured a new record deal back at my old home with Warner. So we did all of that in under 12 months, well under 12 months. So, but if it's sunny outside, I usually write something happy. If it's cloudy, I usually write something a little more just chill or down tempo or something like that. I don't know. It's just the way that I feel that day, and I can't really explain it or pinpoint it. I just have to feel. Sometimes I go in there and don't write anything at all. Sometimes it's a total waste of time. It really is. I mean, sometimes I come home and I'm just pissed, and it's a total waste of time.
I get it.
It's a total waste of time.
Get you out of here on this, and you're not allowed to look over your shoulder.
Okay.
Because I think that you two are crazy people, and I'm able to say that because these two people have been married for 31 years and doing this for 30.
Yeah.
We think you're insane. What is that sweet lady behind you, your manager, your wife, would say is the absolute worst thing about being your manager?
Oh, I'm unmanageable. I'm completely unmanageable. 100%.
I think I'm married to your brother here.
Yeah.